Our Shalom, I give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakodash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me his truth and your will. And Shalom to the Akim and brethren who present this word with honesty and sincerity. Our Shalom, the Bakarim, Barakim, Shar Sharlu, that's peace and blessings to the nation of Israel and the Lashon Kodash, the Holy Tongue. It's Asha Kabashiyan, come back to you with another video, alright? And I'm just going to be going to how, we could possibly be cast into prison in these last days, alright? Because, you got these different police, or you got different police units actually going to people's houses now, or certain bills are being passed to where they're making it so that they're not going to need a warrant, or they're not going to need permission to come into your house, or they're just going to barge right in, or and we know as men of the Lord that just like the days of old, we're going to be persecuted, or for pushing His word and His truth, or just like Peter was, or he's cast into prison, or so I'm gonna get right now in Acts 12, or Acts 12 and 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, alright, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword, alright. So you see how serious it got, man. Alright, James got killed, man. Alright, I'm gonna get 3, alright, and because he saw it please the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also, alright. So he killed James, alright, and then he's like, you know what, I'm gonna take Peter too, alright, I'm gonna take Peter, alright, I'm gonna get 4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions, or which is that, and I'm not gonna go into it, but that basically means 4 soldiers, are. So that's like 4 men, or that's what a quaternion is. Alright, so if there's 4, 4 times 4 is 16, alright, so, he was heavily guarded, man. Or, Herod was smart, man. Or Herod knew, at any moment in time, Peter could, get spiritual power, or he could call on chariots. All right, so he had 16 men guard Peter, or on the way to the prison. All right, I'm read on, and delivered him to 16 soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. All right, so I'm get 5. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto Yahweh for him. All right, just like in his days, man. Or, we gotta follow in Peter's footsteps, or because if certain brethren or certain Akim get cast into prison, get cast into these concentration camps, we're gonna need to be praying, all right? We're gonna be praying without ceasing, all right? Let me get that in First Thessalonians 5 and 17, all right, so this is a really short scripture, but it means a lot. All right, this is a really short scripture, but we should be applying it to our day-to-day lives, all right? First Thessalonians 5 and 17, pray without ceasing, all right? So we gotta be praying in the name of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai in these last days, all right? All right, we gotta do it, even more in these times, all right? Because the last days, started 2,000 years ago, all right? But now we're in the later hours of the last days, all right? Now we're in the last of the last days, all right? But in reality, last days started whenever Yahushua came, or those were the last days, or when Yahushua came, that's when the last days started, or but now we're in the last hours, or I'm read on though. I'm gonna get back on Acts 12. All right, and the Lord, one this video is edifying. Let's got some precepts lined up here. It's basically going to that. At any moment in time, don't be surprised if you have the FBI, or if you got the local police and showing up at your door, man. All right, don't be surprised, man. All right, why? Because Peter went through the same thing. All right, but Peter got delivered from it. All right, we gotta have that faith. We gotta have that confidence in Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, that He's gonna deliver us through these different tribulations, all right? Well, truly all it is to test us, all right? So, don't be bucking up against the police, all right? If the police do show up at your door, all right, don't buck up against them, man. All right, follow them, and let them handcuff you, all right? If it do be Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua's will, He would give you spiritual power. Most likely, He's just letting you get arrested or bring you to a prison or a camp to test you, man. All right. So if it doesn't happen, let it happen, man. Or as long as you're not trying to put a vaccine or chipping you, it's all good, man. Let it happen. Or the second they try to put the chip in you though, or then you gotta you gotta fight back. But or you gotta you gotta do whatever you can to not get that chip, man. Or the chip or vaccine. Or other than that, we gotta we gotta quickly slack it. Let me get that in Romans actually right now. Let me get it in Romans 13, just so I'm not butchering anything. Alright, Slocky. Romans 13 and 1. The whole chapter is good, but I'm not gonna read the whole chapter. Alright, Salakia. Alright, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but Yahweh, the powers that be ordained of Yahweh. Alright, so Esau was ordained to be the higher power of this earth, alright, but he was ordained. So the real high power of this earth is Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, alright. But Esau was set over the earth to rule, alright. So we gotta be subject unto Esau, but we can't to a point. Alright, there's a line that we can't cross, or there's a line that Esau can't cross. That line is the mark of the beast, and the mark of the beast, the chip. Alright, he can't cross that line. Alright, he can arrest us, he can torture us, or he can threaten to kill our families. Alright, but the second they offer you that chip, you gotta deny that, man. Alright. 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the ordinance of Yahweh, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Alright, so it might be Yahweh Hashem Shai's will for you to go into prison, or it might be his will for you to go into prison, just so he can show his power, or through you, or because he might have you go into prison, or he might have you arrested, or he might have you, tried and persecuted. But guess what? He also might give you spiritual power to be delivered all that, alright? Or he might cause you to do what Peter did, or and just walk, just basically disappear. Or I'm gonna Acts 12. I'm gonna go back to Acts 12, Slakia. So we can't really be worrying about all these things, or certain things aren't in our control, or but we just gotta let them happen, man. Or because we can't control all things, or only thing we can control, alright, is what we're doing for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua on a daily basis, alright. Acts 12 and 5. Peter therefore is kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God, unto Yahweh for him. 6. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and the keeper before the door kept the prison. Alright, 7. This is when he gets delivered, alright. And then behold, the angel of Yahweh came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, arise up quickly, and his chains fell off from his hands. Alright, so Peter, was sitting in his jail cell, heavily guarded, or and out of nowhere, an angel, or whether it been a chariot, or whether it been a man, or in a man form, or whatever, man, it was an angel, or that delivered him from that prison. Alright, 8. And the angel said unto him, gird thyself, and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he saith unto him, cast thy garment about thee, and follow me. So he said, hurry up, let's go. Or he said, hurry up, we gotta go. Or that's what he said. Or 9. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he was a vision. Alright, it's lucky, but thought he saw a vision. Alright, so in these times, when we're witnessing these heavy deliverances, or when we get delivered out something, we're gonna think it's a dream, right? We're gonna be slapping ourselves, pinching ourselves, thinking, am I really flying, man? Or do I really have spiritual power or no? Or we're gonna think we're dreaming, man, but really it's reality. Alright, because while we're in the end days, or in this prophecy that I'm getting Isaiah 59:19, that when Esau comes in like a flood, or there's gonna be a standard raised up against them, or this is prophecy, so it's gonna happen, or because the Lord's word does not go out void, or Isaiah 55:11, or but I'm getting 19 or no. Alright, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Or enemies who? Enemy being the so-called white man, or being these other nations, or and being the 2/3, or because people think that just because somebody is an Israelite, that they're automatically our friend, or no. Or yes, they might be our people, but they're not our friend, or they're an enemy. Or Slakia. if you're an Israelite, all right, and you're not hearkening unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yeshai's word, or just truth, all right. If you're Israelite and you're being wicked, eating pork, or if you're Israelite, being wicked, committing adultery, all right, various other acts, all right, selling drugs, or if you're doing any of those things, and you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or you are our enemy, or on this side at least, or on the other side, in the kingdom, you're gonna be reborn as our brothers, or as our friends, or as our children, or because you're gonna be reborn through us, or it's gonna be our children, the elect, all right. I'm gonna read on, all right. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, Esau, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, or the spirit of Yahweh, all right. And what that standard can be anything, or that standard could be the chariots, an angel, all right, spiritual power, all right. You shall Lord willing, that I get spiritual power, all right, because until we get that, until we are received or get the go, all right. We should not be fighting against Esau, all right. You shouldn't be buying guns, all right. And if you do own a gun, that's all right, all right. But just know that that gun cannot deliver you out of anything, all right. I'm read on, all right. Try to hurry up here, all right. But I'm gonna go down to 10, all right. When they were past the first and second war, they came into the iron gate that leads into the city, which openeth to them of his own accord. All right, and they went on and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. All right, so basically from here on out, the angel just allowed Peter to walk through the guards. All right, and he had he was a protected man, or he was heavily protected and heavily delivered from this Slaki. He was delivered by way of an angel. All right, so just like in these times, man, or whether it be an angel, a chariot, or spiritual power, or just know that it is a reality that in these times we could very well be put in a concentration camp, be put in some form of a prison, or because you best believe the government has secret forces or has secret like agents are following us. Or you see these bots, these robots on our comm boards. Or Esau, whenever Esau does something, it's always for a reason, or and that reason is oppress the people more, or to find a way to do more wickedness. Or so you best believe these robots on our comment boards are Tim, Tom, Tam, or all those bots. You best believe the agents are using those to follow us, or various other ways, and you best believe that they know our real names, or these agents, they know where we live, or they know they might even know our bloodline, man. Or Esau probably has a list of people's of men's bloodline that goes directly back to David, or King David. Or he's a list of people, or the men of the Lord. Or he's a list of people that he has the skulls. He has the skulls of our the skeletons of our forefathers. Or who knows, man. Esau is wise on the left hand. Or you gotta understand, it's like we were given the Slaki, the knowledge and the wisdom of the right hand side. Esau was given the knowledge, wisdom, and left hand side. Alright, so Esau knows a bunch of things. Alright, which is why he has specific men that he wants to hunt down. Why? Whether that be that their bloodline goes right back to one of our forefathers, King David, or whether he just knows that we're bad news. Alright, but with that, I'd like to close out. I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakodash, double honors to others, and possibly great most over for teaching me truth and your will. Alright, Shalom, Lebakarim, Barakim, Charlotte, peace and blessings to the nation of Israel, Kakodash, the Holy Tongue. Alright, Ashaka Bashian, Shalom, Abal Babal.